Good morning. I'm not the kind of person who vlogs, so I feel like a bit of an idiot. Anyway, today I wanted to show you where we are and take you to my dojang that I'm using for today. Yeah? Okay, first things first, let's get all my stuff. Uniform, swords. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Never carried everything like this before. Okay, I think I've got it all now. It's much easier when you're wearing a belt. Okay, so here we are. That's home sweet home. It's a bit of a story as to why we're here, actually. I might have to share that another time. But the point is, I'm not in my own country, I'm not in my own town, I'm not living in a building, I don't have a garage. And I'm taking you to what is my dojang for today. Maybe tomorrow as well, we'll see. I'm always on the lookout for a place to be able to practice. And I find myself talking about this a lot, and I think it's because it's probably been one of the few things that have been really life-altering, is that in order to continue my practice as a martial artist, I've had to become adaptable and aware to my surroundings and flexible. And sometimes I land in a really nice place, and sometimes it's a boatyard with dust and noise and no shade and no Wi-Fi. It's really unpleasant. But the main point has always been that the dojang is wherever I am. That's the point. I don't need a sacred space to go to that's got the country's flags up on the wall. Oh, a nice soft padded floor would be nice, but you know, these are nice to haves. Right, where was I? Okay, so today we have a nice place. It is what used to be a restaurant. I think it will be a restaurant again soon. They've just paused operations for a little while. I'm sure when it opens again it's going to be lovely, because it was lovely before. I was here about 2 years ago. And but yeah, they said I could use the space for exercise. That's all I tell people these days. I just say exercise. I find it really hard to explain that A, I'm doing a martial arts, and B, it involves a weapon. You know, I'm not saying people make assumptions. It's just the number of times somebody said to me, "Oh, be careful with that," or "Don't get so sharp things around me," or "Ooh, here comes the dangerous lady." Like, really? So I made it difficult to get in. There you go. All right, we're in. Yeah, so I really like the space because it has shade and it has a roof. I know this sounds really simple. It has a roof for when it's raining, shade for when it's hot, a flat floor, which is really nice. Wood is always really nice to work on. Light from all angles, and it's pretty. I mean, look at that. There we go. That's where we've just walked from now, over there. And yeah. So, oh, there's a fan, there's Wi-Fi. I feel like I've really scored here. And so, I'm going to enjoy the space as much as possible while I've got it. So every class starts with Munsa Sishach, which is we close our eyes and it's a moment of silence and quiet and introspection. And really, nobody knows what's going on inside your head at that moment in time. But I would suggest you take the advantage, the opportunity to focus on where you are at that moment in time. I have a little something I follow, and you can use it for a guideline if you like, but there's no one way that's right for everybody. I've noticed that if I don't take the time for a little quiet period at the beginning of practice and a little quiet period at the end of practice, it's the same as bowing in and out of class. There's a start and there's an end. So this is the start. I'm here now. The rest of the world is on hold. I'm focused here now. And at the end, I'm bringing a close to my time here. And I'm going to go out there. Hopefully a better, calmer, stronger, more focused human being. So it's not a spiritual experience for me anyway. I believe that I'm the one that makes this space sacred. It's not like this space is sacred because there's a flag hanging up or there's a statue of something. I think we give those things meaning. They don't bring meaning or power for that matter. I think we bring power. Close my eyes. Take a few breaths, deep breaths, and do a body scan if necessary, starting from the head, working down, noticing if there's anything stiff and sore, anything that maybe is injured and I need to be a little bit careful of. And then I normally think about, I am thinking about what I'm about to do. So I'm here, what is my plan for this session? Things don't always go according to plan. But you know, I start off with some semblance of a plan. The plan sometimes changes halfway through. I get inspiration and something amazing happens that I didn't think of. Imagine it's kind of like cooking a meal and you've got all the ingredients and you've got a basic semblance of a recipe, but halfway through you come up with a great idea that just makes it amazing. So it's that kind of thing happens a lot in class, and that's why I really enjoy actual classes. And that's why I treat my own training sessions by myself even as an actual class. I go through everything that I would do if I was teaching. But in that case, I'm by myself, I'm teaching myself. And when you are practicing by yourself, you are also teaching yourself, because you are using feedback from your body to give you a clue on how things are going. You're using a camera to play back things to yourself and see, you know, are you getting it right? It's all feedback. So that's what I run through in the beginning. And then, after I've sort of made a little plan, I then let go of the results. And that means, hey, if I get to do all those things, cool. If I don't, oh well. And I let go of the actual result of how things are going to play out. Lots of things happen that I don't have control over. Sometimes I have a tourist walk past and they want to have a conversation. They want to ask me about things, or a dog will come to play. I'll have music starts playing suddenly somewhere. You know, all sorts of things happen that I don't have control over, and that's also fine. At the end of class, I like to sit down again and have a little quiet moment. And I normally use that as a chance to not just reflect on the training, because that could take a lot longer, but I remember what I did that day. So I ran today. I did the basics with double swords. Today I made a video for Kyukyum number 6. One of my students has just started their green belt, so I did that today. I also made videos for the yellow belt, Sangsu number 2 and Kyukyum number 2. So I made videos for that, and these are great revision for me. I love doing this because, you know, it's one thing to just do the form, but to actually teach it, you have to slow the whole thing right down and break it down into little steps. And it's often in those moments that you're like, what am I doing again? So these are great. I'm really enjoying this process of making the videos for the online school. And then I also practiced my own forms. So I've got Sangkum number 2, and so that's the same as Sangsu number 2 and the yellow belt course, but with 2 swords. And then I have, I'm doing Yedo now as part of my second Dan course. I did Yedo number 3. I've also got number 4, but I've been practicing for 2 hours now, so the day is getting on, so I think I'll do Yedo number 4 tomorrow. So that didn't quite fit into my plans, but that's okay. What else? Yeah, it's been a great day. It's been a really great day. Yeah, let's do it again tomorrow.